Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time finding me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. Right now, I'm gonna be doing a Halloween reading. There has been a few shifts in the energy, and it is always shifting. It's like there's a lot of shifts that continuously go on. So I shall continuously update. So really quick, if you're watching me from Facebook, Facebook doesn't let me see your comments because Facebook is an F-boy. There is a link in the comments. It's also at the bottom of the screen on Facebook. Please follow me to that link and join me on YouTube where I can see your comments. Good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing on this fine Hallows Eve? It is Hallows Eve, the night before All Saints Day. So traditionally, this is the night, this is seen as the night where the veil is thinned and we are able to more effectively communicate with our ancestors who have passed. And sometimes it also means other things. So let's see what it means for us right now. I'm going to just start pulling cards, see how this energy will affect us. I already felt this morning some insane stuff in my chest. It was intense. We were driving home from the gym and I asked my husband, do you feel that? He's like, yeah, I feel all in my chest. And I was like, I think someone's thinking of me intensely. And he's like, there was a lot of things he said. All right, let me just pull some cards. All right. Woo, that's intense. I'm going to be pulling a whole bunch of cards because this is some really complex stuff going on, okay? So for many of us right now, we're probably feeling the shifts with some like head stuff going on, like mild dizziness, headache, a little bit of change in your vision, like maybe a little bit more blurry. For some of us, it might show up as a little bit more crisp, your vision, kind of like going from regular TV to HD. And it really just depends on you, how you're taking in this energy. Get a couple more cards from a couple more different decks because I want to have a really clear. Oh, girl. Okay. Oh, we're bringing Lyran energy up in this. Okay. Bastet. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm kind of just in my own process right now. Wafting energies all over the place. Just all over the place. No, I don't want this deck. What deck do we want? Okay. We're doing the shit-talking deck. This is becoming less and less the shit-talking deck and more the truth bomb deck. I'm just saying. Past hurt coming up. Okay, Ray, you know what? Sometimes I listen to other tarot readers when I work out just to kind of pass the time. And that was the 93% at 8:33. That was the general feeling that I was getting from the other reading that I had watched. Just old stuff coming up. I don't know how I feel about it though. So let's start. Okay, so this is a general reading for the collective whole, and this is kind of setting us up to have an understanding of how the thinning of this veil is going to affect us, generally speaking, okay? This might not resonate for some people. That's perfectly okay. If it doesn't resonate, please don't try and force it to resonate. It's just, you know, Just do your thing. Just do your thing. Wait, what? What is it? No. Zoom was trying to launch itself. No. I don't know who you're trying to chat with, but it ain't going to be me. All right. So card number 21. Beyond the mind, the heart beats. So with the thinning of the veil, there is going to be a communication occurring. For some of us, it will be fractals of our previous incarnations coming forward and giving us snippets, little visuals, messages of cycles that occurred in previous lives that are needing to be addressed in this one. There is such a thing as karmic bleed over. And many of us experience this. This is actually what I've found to be the root causation of a lot of our fears, like phobias, that we don't know where the heck we got this from, but we're afraid. All right. So as these messages come through, you're going to need to spend a little bit of time in hermit mode, even just a few minutes today at some point. You're going to need to just kind of quiet everything down and allow yourself to receive and process information, okay? This will lead to a triggering of morphogenetic recalibration, okay? What I mean by that is there are going to be segments within your coding, your organic coding, that have been dormant up to this point, and it's going to fire up and go active. 91% at 8:36. 9. 1 plus 8 is 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. 999. So this is in divine alignment with your personal growth, okay? This is not something that's being forced. This is something your higher self has agreed to. Not everyone's going to experience this. Quite a few of us are, but not everyone is going to experience this. If you're one of the few, one of the group, a member of the group that's going to experience this, you have to allow yourself to just flow with it. The more you allow yourself to flow, the less resistance and the less it's going to affect you in a visceral way. It's still probably going to be felt viscerally by most of us. Those who experience this will probably feel it in a visceral way, okay? So here we go. Temple of Carnelian, entering the fierce belly of Sekhmet. Oh, boo! Like, damn. You're about to enter the belly of the beast. This is real nitty gritty, raw emotion, raw memories, all of that rising up, needing to be processed. The thinning of the veil is releasing the resistance and that curtain that's been erected, keeping you from accessing more of your soul memories. This is about reclaiming parts of yourself. This is about allowing your memories, your soul memories, to come back to you. Okay. Now, for those who have watched me for some time, you have seen the process of me inadvertently bringing back memories that are mine. I accidentally bring back memories sometimes when I work on other people, and it's often very intense. It's 88% at 8:38. How did I drop that many percent in a few minutes? We're surging. I'm going to end up killing my laptop. Hold on. 88% at 8:38. That's some ish right there. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So when you bring back some of the memories, you don't have the full understanding of what you're seeing. Okay. It's like taking a 3-second clip from a movie you've never seen that you have no idea what it's about. And it's one of the most intense portions of the clip of the movie. And you watch this clip and you're like, what the F did I just watch? Oh my God. And you have no idea. And then your brain is all traumatized. And you're like, oh, I was a horrible person. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. None of us are horrible people. Sometimes we allow ourselves to participate in horrible things, but none of us are horrible people. Okay. I believe that about everybody. everybody. So with this, card number 7, Branwen, forgiveness. It's time for you to really allow yourself to just forgive your lack of understanding of what those past life memories are. Eventually, you'll gain clarity. But sometimes, right as we see it, we have no idea what we're seeing, and we're like, what in the world did I do in that life? You don't know. So don't be so quick to judge yourself, to condemn yourself, because oftentimes we go beyond just judging what the thing is, and we go into a phase of condemning ourselves. Not okay. All right. Yeah, love all, hate none. That's a beautiful sentiment, but we have to make sure we frame that in the right context. Love is not enabling. Love is not being a martyr. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is walk away from people. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is call people out on their bullshit. Love is omni. Okay. So King of Cups, Knight of Cups in reverse. What does this mean? All right. Knight of Cups in reverse. Ooh, subtlety, trickery, sly and cunning person, a person capable of swindling. So with me kind of just tapping into that love all, hate none, and recognizing that, yeah, I do have love for everyone, but there are some people who are toxic. So maybe the things that come up in our previous lives, these memories, these little blips, are tied to someone in this life. And maybe this person still hasn't let go of those tendencies. Maybe that person is you, who knows? But let's go ahead and choose to forgive that circumstance already. So long as you don't allow yourself to move forward, you're going to be stuck in that cycle. It's going to continue to repeat in this life. And so with things that are coming up with the veil thinning, it's going to give you the potentiality to release your negative feelings and your resistance to the lessons that these memories are triggering. So let us see now. Card number 1, After the Storm. So this is, for some, the memories, the feelings, the things you'll experience as the veil is thinned over the next 48 hours or so. It's going to be like a shitstorm within your mind, within your heart. There's a lot of us who, and this also ties into soul connections, primarily twin flame type connections. So the things that pop up with, past life things, for some of us, it's going to feel like a shit storm brewing in our mind and our heart. The storm will pass. Okay. You'll be able to fly from that shit storm and have the most important aspects of yourself still intact, still with you. Now, it's important to remember, there are those, let's use nature as an analogy. Okay. There are those certain animals that fly away from the storm to avoid it. And, if you're flying away, the storm is still coming. So you're delaying the inevitable. You're going to be in that storm much longer. Now, bison, they don't run away from the storm. They charge fully into it, head on, charge right into it. And they end up not being in the storm that long, okay? Because they're going right through it. And maybe that's what we need to kind of focus on. Generating enough courage to recognize when you need to run right through it. Face it head on, and just charge right through. Okay. So let us go ahead and get this card. See what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Spirit of Isis, Triumph of the Goddess. I mean, do I need to say any more? Excuse me. Do I need to say any more? You're going to get through this. You're going to triumph. You have overcome everything in your life, regardless of how you choose to see the events in your life, the things that you've survived. You've gotten through everything. Okay. May not be in the way you perceive was a success, but you've still gotten through everything. And it's time for you to just recognize that. You are an embodiment of spiritual success. Everything that you've come across, you've gotten past. And it's just the human mind doesn't always allow us to see reality for what it is. You're not just a survivor. Okay. Up until this point, many of us have been existing in that fight or flight survival mode. And you're more than just a survivor. It's time for us to begin choosing to enter a phase of our journey where we go from survivor to thriver. It's time to actually live. It's time to be fully present in your life. This period that you're about to go through in the next few days, with the shifting of energies, with the veil thinned, you're going to have the potentiality to rise above the clouds, because many of us are surrounded by gray clouds constantly. You're going to be able to rise above the clouds, rise above the fog, and see with clarity the landscape of your life, if you allow it. Okay, if you allow it. Oh, look at this. Card number 24, rebirth. If you allow it, you can allow yourself to be reborn. That's what will happen. You'll be reborn into a much more powerful, fortified, centered version of yourself. And maybe that's what you're the most afraid of. We think we're afraid of this or that, and in reality, what I found is what we're afraid of has nothing to do with this or that. What we're truly afraid of is the way this or that carries with it the potentiality to rise above where we're currently stationed in life. And because we're so afraid of the unknown, we're afraid to tap into that potentiality, because what if we rise too high? What if we leave behind the things we're comfortable with? What if we, what if we leave behind things that we love, that keep us comfortable and feeling safe, and suddenly are faced with things that are scary because of the fact that it taps into such a potentiality that it takes us so beautifully high into an entirely different realm of existence. And there's a bunch of what ifs. And what if you're wrong? What if it's nothing but a simple step forward? What if that's all it is? So what if we just go for it? Six of Staves in reverse. Indefinite delay, fear, apprehension, superficial benefit, disloyalty. Choosing to not tap into that potentiality, which is a choice you can absolutely take. Okay. Choosing to not tap into that into that potentiality is a disloyalty to self and to soul. You're locking yourself into a specific phase of your life that it's been outgrown. It was outgrown a while ago, and now soul is really asking you to step forward. Okay. Card number 32, faith in the process. Have faith in yourself. You are part of a team, a very carefully selected team. And I'm not talking about your soul tribe here on earth, your friends. And, I'm talking about the entourage that every single last one of us travels with. Thank you, Monica, Alyssa. Thank you. So we travel with an entourage. Every single last one of us has a spiritual entourage full of guardians, guides, friends, ancestors, all of that, all of them rooting for us to keep going, and then we're over here like, I'm so alone. I'm so alone. You choose to believe you're alone, but are you actually alone? No, you're not. No, you're not. Have faith in the process. Those times where you feel like you've been so beaten by the process, you're so just in a heap of I cannot survive this. That's fine. Just stay where you're at, but give your guardians and guides permission to put you in that wagon and pull you forward. Just let it happen. Let them pull you forward. We're so afraid of being yanked forward, and it's like, that's what they're there for. They're there to carry us forward in the moments that we don't believe in ourselves enough to stand and walk. Whether you believe in yourself or not, you have an entire spiritual, energetic entourage that 100% believes in you. Their faith in you and your ability to overcome any circumstance that's placed before you has never faltered your entire life. Your entire life, their faith in you has never faltered. They exist in a state of knowing that you can get through everything that's placed before you. And sometimes that knowing, you have to allow their knowing of your truth to be what carries you forward. Okay? So now, okay, hello. High Priestess, you're entering the phase where you are tapping into levels of divinity that you up to this point have not been aware of. And this is not about, oh, you have no idea about that. No, I'm not talking about teachings. I'm talking about you tapping into levels of yourself, your existence, that up until this point you haven't been aware of. And let me tell you, as much as you think you know yourself, as much as you think you do, you know but a fraction of who and what you actually are. I promise you this. The more you evolve and grow, the more you will realize you have no real clue about any of this. And then you'll release the need to control and direct, and you'll be like, let's just put our arms up and be in this for the ride. Our team got us. Our team has us. This is going to be an amazing adventure. Like, damn. So card number 27, Lakshmi, fortune. When you put your hands up and just go for it, just get on that ride and let that ride do whatever it's going to do, you get out of your own way. Many of us, and I'm talking about most of us, many of us are what's standing in the way of our abundance in all of its forms from reaching us. Our own self-limiting beliefs are what keeps that abundance out. Abundance is more than money. Abundance is a type of love and support and encouragement, and it will blow your mind once you begin to really look at how abundant your life actually is, but you don't want to acknowledge it. And empaths, there's quite a few of you that join me on this journey, and y'all are empaths. We are so freaking for some reason, we've allowed ourselves to believe as empaths that allowing ourselves to receive our abundance is somehow taking from someone else. And that is utter bull caca. Bull caca. Thank you, Carl. It's utter bull caca, because you know what happens? You know what happens? You not allowing yourself to receive your abundance teaches everyone else around you that's watching you, silently watching you for cues on how to travel this spiritual journey. You're teaching them to block themselves from their own. Every single last one of us has this nice little package created by God, source, prime creator, universe, creation, whatever you want to call it. Every single last one of us has this nice little package that was custom created just for us. This package contains everything we could ever want or need in this life. And when you say no to that, you're not taking from someone else. You're simply denying yourself, depriving yourself, and teaching everyone that witnesses your deprivation that they too should martyr themselves. No. This is something I struggled with for so long, and I recognize now, me allowing my abundance to come to me, it doesn't take from anyone else. It doesn't. In fact, when I get out of my own way and I allow my abundance to come to me, Everyone that witnesses this, they then become inspired to give themselves permission to stand out of their own way and allow their abundance to come to them. And abundance has many forms. It is not just monetary. It is not just friendship. It's all sorts of potentialities and opportunities that will raise you to a whole nother level of being in this life. And you know what? When you allow yourself to really actually free fall back into your greatness, not only do you rise to a whole nother level of being, for those that really need this 3D a 3D idea of how this can work, you can rise to a whole nother tax bracket. If that's what you need to understand the gravity of what you're keeping out, then let's just put it in those terms. You can rise to a whole nother tax bracket, jump several tax brackets. All you have to do is get out of your own way. That's all you have to do. You're not taking from anyone else. You don't have that kind of power to take from someone else their birthright. That's a lie, that you think you have that kind of power, that kind of authority to take from your brother or sister in Christ consciousness. You can't. It's not allowed. It's just not allowed. So stop worrying about being a horrible person taking from someone else. They're not getting their abundance because of their own path. They're standing in their own way. It has nothing to do with you. You don't have that kind of power. I can't keep you from having a beautiful life. No matter how much I try, I can't do that. No matter how powerful you might think I am, I know I don't have that kind of authority. So I don't even bother. I don't bother. It's a waste of my time. It's a waste of your time, okay? 6 of Cups. Look, he is just a happy mofo. Look at you juggling cups and stuff. Let's see what this is about. You're just so happy. I want to throw cups too. Let's see. Memories, past influences, nostalgia, faded images. So a lot of your memories, again, are going to be coming back, and this is going to help you to further ripen your inner under and understanding of yourself, your soul, your journey, how the puzzle pieces fit together. And once you begin to do that and allow that to happen, maybe more of your abundance comes forward. Maybe. Or maybe you can take what I just said and solidify within your mind. No, that's exactly what it means. I'm giving permission. I'm giving permission, and I'm feeding it the energy that it needs to come to fruition. You have that kind of power. You have that kind of authority over your own journey. Just like you can block your abundance from coming in, you can absolutely supercharge the pathway and have it come in like that. Just like that. And if you guys think I'm full of shit, that's perfectly okay. But you don't go from the situation I was in to the situation that followed within a few days without realizing, okay, I was blocking my own abundance. I totally was blocking it. And that's okay. That's okay. I learned the lesson I needed to learn. So card number 22, she feels she knows. If you feel you know that this is all bullshit, perfectly okay with me. Perfectly okay with me. But just know that's going to be you. Okay? That's you beating yourself up, standing in your own way, giving yourself black eyes. You allowing yourself to be depleted and to exist in a state of lacking is self-abuse. It is. It is. This has nothing to do with like psychological theories and no, it's self-abuse. Okay. It's martyrdom. And I'll tell you right now, no one can fix this. Only you can. Because people who love you and want to help you, they can only do so much. When you continue to block it, when you continue to sabotage your own path, that's on you. No one can really do anything. No one can fix that. No one has that kind of authority or power over you in your life. Just like when you set your mind to succeed, to go and raise your standard of living, standard of friendships, all of that, no one can stop you from that either. They can't. They can't. So if you feel you know, I ask you to analyze What is it you think you know? Do you think you know how this pans out? Do you think you know who you are? Do you? Do you really know who you are? Or do you know who people perceive you to be, who they want and need you to be for their journey? Because from what I've realized, who I thought I was nothing more than a compilation of other people's preconceived notions of who I am because of who they need me to be on their journey. Case in point, when someone needs a villain, 99% at 9 a.m., 99900, the point of origination, that God energy leading to the point of origination, 0 point. We're heading all the way back to the first point, to the point of origination. Who I thought I was nothing but a shell containing all the notions of people who have crossed my path, who they perceive me to be. When I was of use, when I was giving, I was their hero. And when I no longer had anything to give, when I served my purpose and was no longer of use to someone who seeks to only consume, they needed a villain. Because now they're finding another hero. So if there's another hero, by virtue of that balance, they need another villain, right? So guess who became the villain? Regardless of what I did, regardless of what I didn't do. They now need a villain. So there you go. You're the villain. And that has nothing to do with you. It really doesn't. It has nothing to do with you. Giving to someone who only consumes has nothing to do with you. That's a preference. That's not a need. So if you think you know who you are, and those interactions, way back then, those interactions as an empath hurt me so deeply. It made me question everything about me. It made me feel horrible about myself, as though I did something wrong by not giving more, despite the fact that I was so depleted that I had nothing to give. And at the end of all of that, you're the bad one. You're the villain. Not because you are a villain, but because they need one in order to prey on the next hero. And when I figured out who I actually am, which is not what they think I am, I then freed myself to see the truth of my existence. I'm simply here to experience life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. I'm here to experience all of it. The full range of motion and emotion, swinging between the poles, the polarities within my morphogenetic template. That's what I'm here for. That's what you're here for, to simply experience and live, be very present in every single moment of your life. And because I do that, I no longer have black eyes. I no longer punch myself down. I no longer beat myself for not being enough for someone who's not enough for themselves. And the people who are nothing but consumers, they consume other people's energy, other people's light. These are people, are they bad? No, because I'm not participating in that villain and hero paradigm. Mm-mm. I see you for what you are. You are someone who has become so detached from your own divinity that you feel the need to consume someone else's in order to survive. It's a survival tactic, and I'm sorry, but it's an illusion, and I will not enable it. I don't feel guilty anymore. I don't feel badly. There are those who truly need help, and when my heart asks me to help, I help. And unless my heart asks me to, I wish you well as I keep walking forward. There's no shame in that. There's no guilt in that. There's nothing wrong or selfish about that. Nothing. So again, if you feel you know who you are, I ask you to just pause. Pause and see, examine the relationships, connections you have with other people. As a lot of these soul memories start coming back to you over the next couple days with the veil thinned, you'll begin to recognize, oh, shoot, I'm repeating karmic cycles from previous lives. And sometimes the karmic cycles repeat not to punish you, but to gift you with another opportunity to shift that cycle into something that nurtures you both, instead of just repeating things over and over and over again. Shift it into a cycle that nurtures both of you, where you can both grow. And sometimes that growth is together, sometimes that growth is apart. And that's perfectly fine, because I've finally realized, for me personally, I can continue loving you silently from afar. You don't have to be in my life. Just because I stopped talking to you, just because I've cut you out due to your toxicity, that doesn't negate or erase the love I have for you. My love doesn't have to be earned. It just is. By virtue of your existence and my awareness of your existence, you deserve my love. Does that mean I'm going to let you continue to abuse me, take advantage of me, inject toxicity into my life and my psyche? No. It means I'm going to love you from afar, silently. You no longer get to access me, but I wish you well. I wish you success. I wish you the kind of happiness you weren't willing to allow me to share with you. And that's fine. That's fine. And maybe if we can embody more of that mindset, we'll stop punishing ourselves so much for our failure to bring to fruition the type of results we expected. Because expectation is the number one component. It's a necessary component for disappointment. And does that mean you just, have no expectations and, assume that everyone is going to fail you someday? No, it means there is no failure. Everything that happens in my life grows me in some way, and that's a success. So if you come into my life and we become friends, or I fall in love with you and then, it doesn't pan out the way we were hoping it would, and then we separate, thank you for whatever you contributed to my growth. Thank you for the pain that you initiated to catalyze a much higher level of inner, under, and overstanding of self and journey and soul and all of this. Thank you. Does that mean we're going to be friends again? I don't know. Are you done being toxic? If you are, maybe. If you're not, fuck no. Stay in your lane. Love you. Bye. Oh, there you go. Soul retrieval, deep soul healing with a goddess. There you go. There you go. All of us embody both a masculine and a feminine aspect. Okay? All of us. Spiritually speaking, energetically speaking, we have both masculine and feminine. Masculine is a positive, feminine is a negative charge. We have both. And so you're going to need to tap into the feminine energies within you. Does that mean as a physiological male, you need to begin to cross-dress? And no, I mean, unless that's your thing, no. It just means you need to tap into the aspects of you that are tied to the feminine energies, nurturing yourself, encouraging yourself. Sometimes you need to just cuddle yourself, even if just in your thoughts. If you're having a hard day, instead of getting real harsh, what would the epitome of a loving mother do? Come here, baby. Let me just give you a hug. You had a rough day. You had a rough day. It's okay. It's okay if you want to cry. I'll just hug you while you cry. And maybe these are conversations you just have in your head with yourself. Like, oh, girl, you just had a bad day. It's okay. Day's almost done. New day's coming. The night is a good time to kind of just reflect and rest and, just these really peaceful, loving, supportive conversations within yourself. So soul retrieval, you need to tap into that inner goddess energy, whether you're a man or a woman or transgender, or well, what are the different genders now? There's like, I don't know. I don't know. Whether you have a penis or a vagina, we just cut it down all the way down to the simple. Tap into that goddess energy within you, okay? Whether you have a penis or a vagina or a modified version of the two, tap into that inner feminine energy and begin that self-healing. Allow the parts of you to come back. Allow your fractals to return. Allow those parts to be get put back together, okay? Allow them. Some anatomical females don't get periods. Just so y'all know. Just so y'all know. So here we go. Card number 39, Nyx, secrets. For some of us, individuals will return back into our lives, back into our awareness. They carry with them secrets from lives past. Fractals of soul expressions that you might be needing in order to ascend higher. Okay, so just kind of take that in stride. There might be some unexpected company. All right, it's 9/11 here. 9/11 is a very significant numerical pairing. Excuse me. Let us see. King of Cups, responsibility and creativity, learned person, religious person, scientist, a considerate person, kind and reliable, liberal manner, interest in the arts and sciences. Honestly, it feels like for some of us, the individual that returns, this embodies their energy. Hold on a second. Hold on. Give me 1 second, okay, guys? I need to find out what this says. Okay, so the King of Cups is the ruler of his realm. He represents that part of the minor arcana where we have obtained mature control of our emotions. We know how to balance them against logic. We know the benefit of generosity and when and how to apply it. So King of Cups. This is a man with a big heart and will make an appearance in our day. Hold on. It's a fire sign. All right. So King of Cups is I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's gone. The thought is gone. Okay. Let me go back to the window. From the window to the walls till the sweat drips down your balls. I'm just putting cards away at this point. Let me get a final card for that collective energy now that the balls are sweating. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I need order in my space because now I'm frazzled. I'm frazzled. All right. I'm frazzled. Let me just... Oh, interesting. You guys feel okay? You guys feel that tingling? Oh, 88 viewers, 26 likes, 888. Said that at 44 minutes and 35 seconds. Said that at 44 minutes and 44 seconds. 888 all the way through. Love it. Love it. Okay. Let's get a skeet card. Let's just get a final card for y'all. Oh, card number 4. Oh, there's so much to this. Toroidal shit. This is the form of the Taurus from the heart space through to the crown, pulling up that energy, transmuting it from darkness to light, recalibrations, raising magnetism to electricity. Card number 4, the Cloak of Christ. There you go. Let's just get you guys the read. I got stuff I gotta do. Card number 4, the Cloak of Christ. In the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. My sacred brother, he who shares my heart and yours, beating as one in harmony with a great unending love, brings you the mantle of his protection. Do you imagine that there is any part of your life, of your body, of your soul, that is outside the realm of his divine love and protection? Offer all to him, leave nothing cast aside. He and I together receive you absolutely without condition now. The compassion born out of our own struggle tempers the karmic weight of divine justice. We have been through the same journey you are taking now, the sweet divine soul. In oneness with the divine heart, we know of your efforts and your struggles. So what is bestowed upon you now is the restoration of forgiveness, of kindness, of mercy. My sacred brother speaks to you. He shall receive your darkness and your light, the angel of your heart and the demon of your fear. Nothing is greater than my brother's love for you. Nothing is greater than my holy passion for you. Take refuge under the cloak of Christ, the mantle of my sacred brother, and know that you are held in our loving sanctuary. You are tired. Your soul has been ravaged inside and out, and you are succumbing to struggle that's not karmic or necessary, but a symptom of fatigue and weariness of heart, mind, body, and soul. That which plagues you, whether something specific or a general nagging malaise or anxiety you cannot quite pin down, is not as powerful as you fear. You are being given a grace here and now that it may be overcome. Remember, your reactions are a symptom of your exhaustion and a sign that you need respite, sanctuary, restoration. They are not a sign that something must be done so much as a sign that something must be received, allowed. That something is healing made possible through divine protection. In this instance, protection is bestowed through the cloak of Christ. This cloak is a sacred container that places your body and soul within the loving energy of the Christ consciousness. This unconditionally loving energy is not limited to the being bearing its name, but is shared by Rumi and many other holy ones. It is typified by wholeness. There is nothing within you that would cause the Christ to turn away from you, not even those parts of you that may fill you with fear, shame, guilt, or regret. He and Rumi are sacred brothers, loving and supportive of each other, and they see your soul as one of their family, one of their own. You are so loved by them both, equally and without measure. Can you allow yourself to take refuge in this knowledge, to feel it, not only as an idea, nourishing as that is, but as a visceral reality where you complete the sacred honoring ritual and allow yourself to feel the peace and receive healing? The knowledge of the Christ's unconditional love for you is a safe space, a place to fall into when you are struggling. It is a sacred container for your healing process, an energetic field that is stronger and more enduring than even the greatest fears or doubts. The purpose of this sacred container is to provide you with a feeling of being held, especially for those times when you're feeling that you cannot hold yourself. Sometimes we just need permission to break down, to really let go, to come apart and be dissembled so that we can break through, be lifted up, and come together in a new, more spiritually coherent and loving form to move forward. For you, this is essential. There is a person, place, thing, or belief that has come to be like a manacle around your waist, an iron ball and leg iron, preventing you from moving forward with the grace you have earned spiritually. You are being empowered here to shed that. Don't hesitate. Let yourself be cloaked in the Christ energy and receive the spiritual assistance you deserve now. There is a reason for this. The unfolding of your life purpose is taking a turn for the better, and your energy is required to fuel that new life. This is particularly so if you have also drawn the Passion of Purpose card. Just remember that whenever we are asked to release something, it's because the divine wishes to fill our hearts and hands with more. Do not hold on to scraps for fear that the feast will be denied to you. Use your nose, smell the feast awaiting you. So I was being asked while I was reading to do energy work for you guys, if you're willing, of course. So this energy work is going to create a field of containment. Look at you, rowdy already. It's going to create a field of containment full of Christ consciousness energy. So if you are in alignment with the work that I do, one second. What we're going to be doing is energy work right now. My energy will always honor your sovereignty. Without permission from your highest self, it will not enter your space. Please have a seat and start breathing very deep and very slow. If you're sensitive to energy, this might be very intense for you, okay? So just breathe. I'm there with you. One second while I get a song. Breathe. You may begin to feel very cold. You might also begin to feel intense tingles, pulsating, mild dizziness. I'm going to be lifting our frequency very high. In order to do this work, we have to be anchored in a very high plane of existence. For those of you sensitive to energy, this may feel as though you are in an aircraft climbing altitude very quickly. If you're driving a vehicle, please listen to this later. Initiating climb. 7, dimension A, 9, 10, 11, 12, anchoring. 3, activating your Kundalini and releasing Shakti. Opening the gates and flooding your field with Christ consciousness. Breathe. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Inhale the light of your truth. Exhale the darkness of your doubt. Calling in all your fractals to return home back to the center of you. Those of you sensitive to energy may feel my hand on your chest. You may hear a secondary heartbeat. How do you guys feel? That was a lot of energy. For those of you that are wondering, the secondary heartbeat, that's your divine counterpart. For quite a few of you, that divine reflection has chosen to re-enter your field and reconnect. Okay. I wasn't the one to personally decide who gets to experience that, who gets to reconnect. That's something that is decided between the two of you. Okay. So if you feel very sleepy, that's because I've raised your frequency and anchored you temporarily in the 12th dimension. We exist in a 15 dimensional plane of existence, 15 levels. You're at the 12th. That's the upper echelon of the 4th harmonic universe. You definitely can feel sleepy. So just allow this energy to flow through you. This is not my personal energy. This energy comes from a pool of our divine birthright. This energy is rightfully all of ours. Okay? This is a part of your birthright. You don't need me or need permission to tap into this energy. This energy seeks to reunify with you. This comes straight from God source 0 point, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. Picturing the realm, you saw the pillar. That's so beautiful. Yes, there is a pillar. There is a pillar. No, it's not 5D. We're already, as a species, anchored in 5D. Whatever dimension you're anchored in, you experience all the dimensions beneath it. And the reason there's an uptick in the number of people experiencing and being aware of parasitic activity, parasitic circumstance, is because parasites reside typically in the 4th dimension. This is proof we are anchored in the 5th while our body exists in the 3rd. So definitely a beautiful time for us as human beings, star seeds, twin pairs, soulmates. It's just a beautiful time to exist right now. And as the veil thins, more of this energy can be accessed by you if you choose to. You simply have to choose to and get out of your own way. So I hope this reading resonates and helps those that it resonates with. It's time for us to choose to rise. Okay, it's time for us to choose to rise while we simultaneously free fall back into the greatness we are. There's nothing you need to achieve. There's nothing you need to become. You already are. The only thing you're going through right now is stripping away the layers of disbelief, layers of amnesia, of refusal to accept yourself as you are. Lots of amazing, amazing things in store for all of us. Thank you guys for joining. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, guys. Bye.